Dyer's Daily. Over the course of its 100-year history, Disney has made a number of acquisitions, of which I'm sure I will get to in this playlist. But I think perhaps the one that stays true to the original vision of the company is Pixar. The acquisition of Pixar was possibly one of the best moves that Disney could do to stay current into the present day, because Pixar, from the get-go, were groundbreaking in what they were achieving. And of course, with Toy Story coming out in 1995 and the subsequent things, A Bug's Life, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, even up to modern hits like Inside Out, constantly going forward and trying to find new ways of innovating, whether it be the fur, the water, the way that something moves. You go back and you look at the early ones and you see them constantly looking at it and going, how can I get better at this? And that in some ways it encompasses what the Walt Disney Company were all about. And so in my mind, I think that acquisition is possibly one of the best that they could do, because it's meant that the actual animation studio at Disney at times has had to push itself to try and meet the standard of Pixar. Now, sadly, they've had a couple of duds in recent times, seemingly, and Disney animation studios have had something of a resurgence when it comes to things like Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph, and to a lesser extent Moana. But Pixar kind of laid down the foundation for all of those things, and it means that they're both kind of competing with each other, but they're both on the same team. So if one of them loses and the other one wins, then they both win because they're all owned by the same company. I couldn't imagine a world where Pixar was owned by anyone else, because to me, Disney Pixar is Disney Pixar. It's one entity, and I think to most people it's one entity, because whenever people go to watch a Pixar movie, they go, "Oh, that's a terrible Disney movie," because they're comparing it to Encanto or to Frozen or to Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs rather than to Toy Story. And that's just the way it is. They're two peas in a pod, and that's why I think that acquisition was one of the best.
Dyer's Daily.